the house. I do not own the rights to this music. Man, I've been watching a lot of videos on social media about a lot of these young kids that are in desperate need to possess all of these material things that we say determines your success. I mean, look at our athletes, man. They got to have all the jewelry and the entertainers. They got to have the designer labels wearing with the jewelry, the big houses, you know, 10, 11, 12 cars determines that you're successful. I mean, think about this, man. I could see two, maybe three cars. But when you start talking about you got 10, 12, and 20 cars, when are you going to drive all of that? You got 3 and 4 mansions all over the world. How you going to live in all of that? I mean, it might be for tax benefits, but couldn't some of that money you turn around and bless some people with? See, the reason right now we don't have a whole lot of successful people that are giving a hand up to people is because they want folk to be, I know, they want people to get it like they got it. So they ain't gonna come in and give somebody a leg up. See, most successful folk want you to get it just like they got it. They want you to go through the same process. But see, God blesses you to be a blessing. And the blessing part of it is that you can stop somebody from having to endure the hardships that you went through. When you can look back and say, hey man, I've been there, I know what that's like. Here, I'm in a position, let me give you a hand. And see, we don't have enough compassion right now for each other because everybody's trying to get that paper. Everybody's trying to, whichever way they can, they trying to get that money, man. I mean, look at the number of situations right now. I saw where they had this like a garage or something where they done made it into a 2-bedroom apartment for flight attendants to stay in $300 a month. Was a safety hazard. Been flying under the radar for 10 years. Good morning, how you doing? See, these are the kind of things that you're gonna start seeing people do any and everything to try to survive. When the walls start closing in, like this summer, man, you're gonna see yard sales at the gazoo this summer. Everybody and their mama gonna be trying to have a yard sale, okay? Because they can do that without a license. He said most time folk don't, you can bring your stuff out on the weekend and you set it up and you make your money and that's it. And you gone. And you're gonna start, watch how creative people gonna start getting just to get money. Okay? OnlyFans is gonna make a killing. I mean, they go, ooh, man, that ain't, see, if I was a devious person, see, I set up a site to compete with OnlyFans. That's what I would do. See, if I wanted to spread this garbage and do that, see, I would set up something to compete with OnlyFans. That's where the money is to be made. You got girls right now, high school dropouts, making more money than ladies with PhDs on OnlyFans. You know, cause people playing for that smut, man. They paying for it. You know, this is what I think a lot of folk are losing sight of. This pandemic messed up everybody, man. I mean, seriously. Okay, it might be, but obviously, uh, uh, I don't know. I don't know what they are. But 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 this pandemic messed up everybody, man. We all got messed up with this pandemic. Everybody going through some stuff, man. And see, unfortunately, a lot of people out here thinking they're by themselves, that ain't nobody else experiencing the kind of trauma or the adversity that they're experiencing. And that's a lie. We all are experiencing, man, we all going through something. Even if it ain't in our personal life, it's in our business life. If it ain't in our business life, it's in our financial life. If it ain't in our financial life, it's in our health. You know, see, people are you don't know what people are being faced with on a daily basis. They come out of the house, they all smiles and look like everything, but you don't know what it required, what it took, man, for them to put that face on. That everything is okay. When deep down inside, man, they hurting, they in pain, you know, and they can't tell nobody. They can't let nobody know. See, that's the sad part. There are a lot of people out here hurting and 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 won't even talk about it. See, we all got some kind of hang up. You know, you got people that don't want to wear a mask. You got people that do want to wear a mask. And notice, they all listen to me, y'all. There's money in division. Let me say that again. There's money in division. Okay? A lot of these people that are front and center that they're calling influencers right now are dividers. Joe Rogan, a divider. See, because he's smart enough to know as long as he can keep that division going, that money is going to keep coming in. See, they're going to keep spending that money to hear what they want to hear and not what the truth is. And right now, you got so many people out there that are willing to pay to hear just what they want to hear. Okay? They're willing to pay somebody just so they can hear just what they want to hear. I mean, that's the truth, man. That's the God heaven truth. And people are being exploited because folk are just telling them just what they want to hear. See, and it ain't got to be true. But just because they want to hear it, there's somebody out here will tell it to you for your money. Because they ain't got no soul. And see, I know a lot of my Republican subscribers probably will unsubscribe me, but the truth, and I'm a Republican voter. See, the truth be told, that right now, to get Trump's loyalty, you got to sell your soul to him. What kind of person are you if you done sold your soul? If you got to sell your soul. And see, we ain't paying attention to that. We're not paying attention. If a person is willing to sell their soul to get in, what will they do to stay in? Think about that for a minute. See, if a person is willing to bend over backwards to sell their soul to get into a position, what do you think they'll do to stay in position? See, that's where you got to be worried. Once they get there, if they sell their soul to get in, they're useless. It ain't about you. It's about them. And see, and it's time for us to go back and get people that'll be about us. People. See, regardless whether you voted for me or not, If you live in my state, if you live in my city, if you live wherever, I represent you just like I do for the people that voted for me. You see, just because you didn't vote for me, don't mean I ain't your congressperson. I'm still your congressperson. I won. And see, and right now, we need some people, man, that can bring folk together now. All of this us and them, Democrats and Republicans and liberals and conservatives, that's bullshit. That's just to get money and keeping us fighting each other like cats and dogs. You see, on a sinking ship. See, right now, everybody is too damn sensitive. Let me say that. Let me say that again. Right now, everybody is too damn sensitive, man. If the key don't fit your door, don't open it. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. See, the people, and you watch the folks that are always pushing this us and them. All of this division. Watch and see. It's about money for them, because as long as they keeping us hating each other, people see hate will destroy itself. Let me say that again. Hate will destroy itself. You ain't got to worry about. Leave hate alone. Hate will end up destroying itself. And all those that are around it, that's dipping off and sticking your finger in the cup, you see, it'll destroy you too. But you have to let people learn the hard way. And look at, man, I mean, look at what we tell young people what success is. Look at what we're telling young people, man. That you got to go out and get in all this debt just to appear successful. You got to have all these material possessions to appear successful. And then when they can't get it, they snapping. We all got some issues, man. This is why it's not good right now to really be getting angry with folk. If somebody make a mistake, man, have some compassion with them. So, man, I understand. We all going through some stuff. Have a good day. And don't take offense to it. See, because if the truth be told, in our neighborhood, see, when the young boys in my neighborhood disagree, they kill each other. See, ain't no do-overs. It's death. That's it. That's why we're having so much violence right now in the black community. The biggest threat to the black community is not racism. It's black on black violence. You see, that's what the biggest threat to the black community is right now. Man, we got a bunch of young boys, we can't control ourselves. They out of control. And not only are they out of control, they can come and do these heinous crimes and commit and still hide out among us. And we'll be afraid to say something. That's who you're looking for, right? We won't even point them out and know who they are. And won't say a word. See, that's how bad the black community has deteriorated. I had a girl come and tell me, "You a traitor." When I was saying, man, a young black man ain't looking over they looking over their shoulder for each other. That's who they looking over their shoulder. They ain't looking over their shoulder. Man, these young boys ain't scared of no police. Not this group here. My generation, the police could scare, but our kids and grandkids, police don't scare them. Matter of fact, police are more afraid of them than they are anybody else. See, it's the other way around. Them young boys ain't scared of the police. Police scared of them. That's why when they pull up on the first thing they want to know, you got a gun? Because they know them young boys crazy, man. And they'll do any and everything. And man, when you can sit back and watch some young kids say, that it's easier for them to come and steal your shit than to go get a job. You know something is wrong. And this is the problem right now. We got too many people in the neighborhoods that feel like it's easier to steal your shit than it is to go get a job. You know, they'll sit back and watch you and come and take your stuff. I don't care, and it ain't got nothing to do with your color. It ain't got nothing to do with your age. It ain't got nothing to do with your gender. You know, I mean, these young kids out here now, man, they're attacking senior citizens. They are attacking senior citizens and not even safe against our own young people. Now, you know that's some horrible shit when seniors are not, where's the respect, man? When young kids don't even respect senior citizens anymore. And we got the nerve to talk about racism. And we got the nerve to talk about Black Lives Matter. And look how our young people treat our senior citizens in the black community. That's the horrendous thing. It's crazy, man. I saw you know, like this couple out in California in the music industry where this young boy broke in, shot his wife. I mean, they've been in the music industry over 50 years. Shot and killed his wife. Then he go to somebody else's house and accidentally shoot himself in the foot. That's how they caught him. You know, he actually went and tried to rob somebody else's house and accidentally shot himself in his foot. You know, and that's how he got caught. But he killed a woman, man, old woman. And this is what I'm saying. Look at what young people are willing to say. I don't care nothing about old people. Give me your car. I'll break in your house. I'll do whatever I want to do. And it ain't no respect. And the community won't say a word to it, man. Won't even speak up on it. You see, and then when you do speak up, you're a coon. You know, you're a sellout. You're Uncle Tom. And see, and what they don't know is, see, our stuff has been switched. If you was on the Underground Railroad and you thought Uncle Tom was a buffoon or some clown, they would leave you where you were. See, Uncle Tom on the Underground Railroad meant brave warrior. That's what an Uncle Tom was on the Underground Railroad. And you know how many black folk don't even know that? But yet they want to make Uncle Tom some kind of buffoon. You see, you know, this whole thing that we got going on against critical race theory, that's nothing but black history. That's all it is. That's all it is black history. Yeah, that's just dying on the vine, and we have a problem with teaching this history. We have a problem with that. Why? Because you see, you want to condition people's mind, the young kids, you want them as controlled as you are. See, that's what you're doing. You're telling them, I don't trust you to get information and be able to make up your own mind. That's the same way you're being treated right now. You're not trusted to get information and make up your own mind. That's why they tell you what they want you to know. You know, isn't it interesting how a lot of people talk about how fake the news is, but yet they're addicted to Netflix? Isn't that, I mean, what an oxymoron. You talk about the news is fake, but yet you look at all of the TV shows on Netflix are fake. They're fake. Ain't nothing real about that. They're fake. I don't care if it is made on a true documentary. It's still fake. And people can't see that, man. You see, listen, y'all. Listen to me. If You see a video, and that video is being shot from all different angles, like from different views. That video has been edited to appear. That's not just, it's not original. See, a lot of people see these videos and they see these different angles and they act like, oh man, this is real. And it's all staged. Because when it's real, it's only one angle. When it's real, ain't but one angle. When you start seeing several different angles on a video, man, that shit is staged. Okay? I don't care how good the story is they telling you, it's staged. And you need to know the difference. And a lot of people, like these little reels, that shit is staged, man. And a lot of people want to take that as real. You know, and they show you all these different angles. You know, click, 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 that's edited. You know, how did they know? How you do that? If you just got one camera, how you get all these different angles? You see, and another thing we don't like to do as Americans, we don't like to ask no questions, man. You know, I think that's one of the biggest problems that Americans have right now is they don't want to ask no question. Man, in fact, we've been beat down not to ask questions. You see, and this is how we're raising our children. Don't ask no questions. Do as I tell you to do. And this is what we're passing down. Because we don't trust them to even learn Black history and let them make up their own mind. How come they can't make up their own mind? And you making it up for them. Why you don't trust them to make up their own mind? Because you're controlled. And you don't want to lose control. Because the minute they start thinking freely, like they might not agree with what you're doing. See, that's another reason that we're having the problems that we're having in our community. A lot of these young kids don't necessarily agree with the way stuff is being done, but they don't have a voice. You know, they can't speak up for themselves. They ain't got nobody willing to talk for them. This is the problem we have. And like I said, man, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. I don't care who you are. Ain't nobody perfect. We all got some isms in our closets. I don't care, man, what you say. We all got some isms in our closet. We all do. You see, just like that judge that was down in Louisiana that was in her house talking about nigger, 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 nigger. She never thought that would even get out. She never thought, and look how long she's been on the bench. And that is what forced her to resign. But how many people has she been unfair to? Because they were nigger, 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 nigger. They're like roaches. See, that's the one they should have left on the bench. Because then she would have been fair. Because everybody have been watching her. They should have left her on the bench. Straight up. See, and see, this is another thing that I have against a lot of people that want to tear all these statues down. You know, why don't you set the record straight around some of these Confederate statues? They did lose. They got their butts kicked. Why don't you tell how they got their butt kicked? Set the record straight. Use it for tourism instead of putting it in, hiding it in a building somewhere, or in storage. Why don't you set the record straight? You see, it's this flawed American history that we're teaching. That's the root of the problem. And if we don't change this flawed American history that we're teaching, ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing is gonna change. Everything is gonna stay the same. And that's what the problem is. we're teaching this flawed American history. And we need to go back and check that. Okay? See, because just like black people are stuck in the mindset of something for nothing, because see, slavery was designed to be permanent through the status of the mother. If that mother was a slave, everything she birthed, even if she was raped, was a slave. Well, what's predicated on the status of the mother now? Welfare. The government say, hey, black man, make as many babies as you want with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we're going to give them welfare. We'll take care of them. And then society will turn around and say, black men don't want to be fathers. But the government say, man, just don't spend the night. I got your back. I'm going to give them welfare. Now you got generation on top of generation that's stuck in the mindset of getting something for nothing. Slavery. See, you got black folks stuck in the mindset of welfare, and you got white people stuck in the mindset of the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. See, that's the mindset that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation of white people unchecked. All right? That's why in 2022, black people are the only people that have to justify why they're where they are. The 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. Some of y'all need to go back and read that. You would be surprised. In fact, a black person couldn't even defend themselves under 18. I could be free and somebody could come up and say, I own you. I couldn't even defend myself in court. I'm enslaved. I'm enslaved now. They call it the Bloodhound Law. You see, because under the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act, that is when free states had to send slaves back. Okay? Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? So this is what I had a lady. People ask why you be sitting down at the White House day before yesterday, Thursday. I was sitting down in front of the White House, and a lady walked by. She said, I follow you on YouTube. I said, for real? She said, yeah, True Conductor, I follow you. She said, she said, our plane, we got kicked off the flight, and they gave us a hotel, and she said, let's go down by the White House. And here you are. I just met a lady. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell folks. You know, listen, I'm not for everybody. Let me say that again. I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not going to agree with me. You know, the people that follow me, that my subscribe, one thing about him, he talks shit, but he fair. And that's what I try to be with people. I try to be fair. Okay? I try to call a spade a spade. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And right now, right is wrong and wrong is right. And we got to get back to right is right and wrong is wrong. How do you do that, True Conductor? Real simple. Say what you mean and mean what you say. That's how we get back to right is right and wrong is wrong. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You see, so that's what we got to get back to. But you know, people don't want to hear that no more. They don't want to talk about morality. They don't want to talk about because so many people are corrupt. Man, I just yesterday was my Sabbath. I serve God on Saturday, not today. Okay, and that's when I turned my television off. And for the first time, man, I just realized, man, I'm turning my phone off. I usually keep my phone on, and I notice when I have my phone on, I'm tempted to get on social media. Yesterday, I turned it off. I just turned it off, man. And I forgot what I was going to say. I was getting ready to make a point. I done forgot my point I was going to make. Anyway, Dog, man, that was a good point I was gonna make too. But man, that's a senior moment, man. I am 69 years old, so don't laugh, cause you're gonna come this way. I tell you one thing that uh, I've started doing. I have a lot of people that I have a person that likes to bombard me with porn. And I was asking God, like, Lord, what can I do about this here? You know, because they be sending me all this porn. And so why don't you sick me on them? Pray that they have an encounter with me. You see, and a lot of times, man, instead of us getting emotional about something, pray for that person. You know, I'm not into porn. Porn don't interest me. But it's irritating when somebody just keep back to back to back to back to back sending stuff to your phone. You know, and just keep sending it and keep sending it. You know, it's like you see I don't respond to it. So what's your point? What are you trying to do? Finally, that I guess if I respond to it, you can say, "Oh, he's a liar." Look, I got him looking at some porn. Is that what I thought you was married? Is that the trap you trying to set? Because if that is, buddy, you that bait ain't strong enough. You using. Okay, your bait is weak. Your bait is real weak. Okay, porn ain't my thing, man. Porn is not my thing. And I don't know what I got to do to get y'all to see that. That's not my thing. You know, so I just keep praying for you. Send stuff to me. All right, Lord, I'm gonna find me something religious I can send back to you. You know, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start sending some religious stuff back to you. You know, maybe you'll get the message. Leave him alone. You know, leave him alone. All right. But no, man. Look at the pressure, man, that we put on young people for this thing called success. You know, look at all our young athletes, man. All of them got to be dripping in diamonds. Look at the little rappers. All of them got to be dripping in diamonds. And a lot of it is fake. You know, you thinking it's real, and a lot of that stuff is fake, man. But they walking around pretending like they ballers. And that's what you want to be like. You want to have a big house with all of the cars. Saying nobody tell you about the insurance that's got to cover all of those. They ain't tell you about the utilities, all of the other expenses that you got. See, to have a bunch of houses and to have a bunch of cars, you got expenses as well that come out. That stuff ain't free. You got to pay for that. And if you ain't generating the income, you'll fall behind, man. It's just that simple. And that's what a lot of people want the glitter of it. But they don't look under the hood and say, man, what is this gonna cost me? You see, they just, and seeing the truth be told, let me tell y'all why. A lot of these young boys out here trying to be athletes and rappers because they know once they achieve that status, they can have a pick of the litter of any woman they want. They don't even have, they could be a high school dropout, but let them be a rapper or an athlete or an entertainer making some money, and they can have a pick of the litter of any woman that they want. And they'll use them, abuse them, and discard them back among us as damaged goods. See, that's what they do to a lot of your daughters and granddaughters. Because only thing they your daughters and granddaughters want them for is that money. And they know that's the only reason them women are after them. Because they got a pocket full of money. And they make them pay. See, they make them pay. That's what they call groupies. And that ain't nothing new. We've always had groupies. Okay? There are fraternities and sororities that have groupies. They got groupies, man. You see, it ain't just about entertainers, man. A lot of fraternities got groupies. You know, women that just like them kind of men. That and then you got a bunch of men that know that, and that's what they exploit. Because they know that women are looking for a certain type of man in a certain organization. You see, and it's being exploited. Like this guy Kevin Samuels talking about a high value man. You know, that ain't nothing but a hoe he's talking about. See, that's all he's talking about. A high value man is nothing but a hoe. Cause they got a pick of the litter. Cause every woman, all the women want them. Cause they got money, even if they got a little dick. They just want the money. They want to be around the money. What the money can do for them. And that's what you got a lot of people selling their souls, man, just for what the money can do for them. Just for what the money can do for them. Forget about what they can do to help somebody else. I'm talking about what the money can do for them. Okay? I'm going back down to the White House today. I gotta stop and get a fuse from my little. I just figured out my little music box then blew a fuse. And I ain't know it. I didn't know the fuse was blown. You know, that's why I wouldn't charge. I couldn't get the batteries. Man, what's wrong with this thing? And I started doing some reading up, and I blew a fuse. So I gotta go by Best Buy and see can I find this little bitty fuse to put in my box so it can charge up. And if that don't work, then I need a new battery. You know, my battery is gone, but I don't think it's the battery. I think it's the fuse. All right. So hey man, we all got some problems, y'all. We all going through some stuff. And next time you see somebody that might be out of character, might be upset, instead of feeding into that, just say, man, you know what, I understand. We all going through something, man. You ain't by yourself. You know, you ain't everybody going through something. One way or the other. They got something going on in their life. You know, don't think people with money don't have no issues, because they got issues too. You know, there are people with billions of dollars who children won't even speak to them. But we not privy to that information. See, and you think the little stuff that you got. We all got problems, man. We all got problems. You think you got some billionaires that are not some sexual freaks? You know, that pedophiles and all that other stuff with these extreme sexual, yeah, and they got money. So it ain't just poor folk that do that. Poor folk are the one that keep the criminal justice system going, because they have to borrow to pay. That's how the criminal justice system keep itself afloat, because it usually all of its people that's caught up in this system, they got to borrow money. See, people that got money, they can pay out of their pocket. That's how they beat the charge. But poor folk got to borrow, man. You see, and you can't default, because if you default, you go to jail. See how the system is designed? One way or the other, they're gonna get you. They got their hooks in you. Once they get their hooks in you, that's it. They got you.